a little wrap up for the Juju. Good boy, no jumpies. The dog that I'm seeing, very sweet, of course. No, just very anxious, easily aroused, a little worried about things. Something we've seen here is like him being cage aggressive with us. Like if we reach into his kennel or like when we're writing notes on the front of the door, he will kind of like bite at the thing. A couple accidents here and there, they're less frequent now, but they seem to really happen the most, if at all, around like really high traffic times when we're letting dogs in or out or things like that. I think he's just getting worked up and basically having stress problems, results of stress. So I've been working, trying to help him to basically self-regulate his arousal and his anxiety. And I'm trying to create clarity for him to build his confidence. So really the first part of this week was kind of helping him understand different markers so that he understands out what I'm looking for before I really moved into any type of obedience. So just real quick, a marker is going to be a word that marks a moment in time that I like or dislike something. And for him, that's going to announce the arrival of food, out, yes, or food or reward or pressure if for non-compliance. Just to kind of give the association between the two events. So I use markers to show him, again, that I like or dislike something. And it's going to bridge the gap between the event of the marker being delivered and the arrival of food or pressure so that it's not disassociated with anything that happens between those two events. So even if it takes a second to deliver the reward or pressure, we can, the good feeling, or excuse me, the behavior that happens at the delivery of the marker takes on the good feeling of the food reward, or a consequence is delivered for the undesired behavior. Sorry, someone came in, so it distracted me. So a big thing with him is I wanted him to really understand the crate and what I'm looking for with that. I utilize it as a behavior so that he's more confident while being in there. In here, in this environment, in a calmer, normal environment, he's handling it really well. Again, I think the anxiety of the really, really high traffic kennel room is where he's still problematic just because of its intensity. So I keep him on a leash for right now just so I can, again, create that clarity, physical pressure guiding him where I need him to be. As far as markers go, we have a couple of different markers that all have different meanings as far as what I'm looking for within that behavior. So we have yes, which for him means that I like what you did, come take something from me. And then we have good and okay, which are going to be our duration markers. So if I ask him to do a behavior and I say good, I'm implying that I want him to keep doing that and I can keep paying him while he's in behavior to build value within doing that behavior. Okay is going to be a terminal marker, meaning behavior is over. So both yes and okay they're both terminal markers. Yes is always going to be followed with a food reinforcement or a toy reinforcement. And okay is going to be you're just done with the behavior. So, hey bud, great. Yes. Means he's over, can come take the reinforcer from me. Yeah, that was very intense. Great. Good is implying that I want him to keep doing that. The only thing that releases him from the kennel is going to be that terminal marker. So I can open the door, I can move out of the way, all of those things, but he's going to stay in there. Okay. Okay, he's going to come out. So I'm just showing him, like, when you're in there, you're going to be in there. Good. Oh, he says, go me in. Great. Down. You can do it. And I don't know if that down means something different. Every time I try to get him to go into a down, he rolls over. So I think there's a lot of conflict with that. Down. Do it. Good. in this situation, I don't know if this is something that you guys are experiencing at home, the cage move, like him being aggressive. I've really been working on showing him respect while he's in there. So I'm making it a good thing, fun thing for him. It's a game that we play on and off. Him going in the crate, sometimes he gets to come right back out, sometimes he's gonna be in there a little bit. But, and I want him to perceive me reaching in as a good thing and not he's in trouble. I don't know, maybe, a lot of times dogs, if this is used as kind of like a timeout, maybe there could be a little bit of a stressor with the crate, and then us reaching in to fuss at them or whatever causes that unwanted response of us reaching in. So, but I want to create new associations. Good, being able to say that, nope, can crate, good. All of these things should be neutral for him, good. Okay. Great. Good. But I'm respecting his space. He's respecting mine. At first he was kind of coming out and trying to dig into my treat pouch. I don't allow that. He has to respect my space just as much. Good. Okay. And you might have heard me do an out command. Out. Yes. That just means to move away from a resource. So that resource can be me if he's trying to get out of my space. With that, it could be like right now he's sniffing in a bucket. Out. Yes. Anything like that. He's a little bit guarding of food. I don't want to create too much conflict with actual food. So what I've been doing is putting a bowl down, just putting a couple of regular kibbles in there. And right as he finishes them, I use that OUT. And yes, when he lifts his head up, pay him with a higher value item than what is in the food bowl. Another exercise that I've been doing is having him on a backpack so he can't snap out at me. He has his actual meal, and I'm just walking up to it, throwing in a higher value food, and then moving away. So just kind of lessening the conflict of me entering his space when he has food. He doesn't need to be so possessive. I'm not going to take it from him. I'm going to only add value to what is in that bowl. Outside of those things, lots of confidence building. I don't know if you can see in the screen, but I have this little A-frame right here. We've been letting him climb up and through. We have a tunnel that he's been going through. Just working him with my dogs in the room. They're in that thing right now, but usually I let them come out and hang out while I work with them so that he's not so fixated and aroused by their presence. I want him to learn how to work with me and be neutral to them being around him. Next week will be more centered around taking him into a little bit more challenging environments. Most of our work has been done here in the training room so that he's not getting so overstimulated by everything happening around him. So just wanted to give a quick little update. He's not quite there yet, but we'll get him there. I'm really happy with how much trust he has with me now and how willing he is to work with me. Because the first couple of days, he was a little skeptical and kind of shy. So he's coming out of his shell nicely. Juju, great. Good. And he's happy to do so. That is real good. 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 Okay. Very nice. If you have any questions, just shoot me an email and I'll answer those for you. Okay. Juju. Come on. Are you stuck? Juju. Yes. Good dingus. Good dingus, your schmingus.